Yo ho, what's up?
Easy.
Mnat.
What's up? Oh, we are meeting Flays today.
I brought my spice, so I heard we're having flames on the show.
No, man. Look, we've had so many requests from you guys about insurance, asking about insurance. So we brought Oscar Ditero, also known as Flays.
Flays, aka Flays.
That's me.
That's why we need some aromat today. So guys,
So Flays is
he's a broker.
Insurance,
He's an expert.
What is it? Broker? What is it? We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Broker.
Let him introduce himself.
Okay, Oscar.
Oskido.
Yes, what's up, guys? My name is Oscar
You left me hanging.
Ditero. Oh, sorry, brother.
You
Oscar Ditero.
Bluetooth.
Oh, Oscar Ditero from NNTT Financial Services and Brokers. I'm an insurance expert. I've been in the field for more than the financial industry for 18 years and 13 years with insurance industry. So, yeah, very old. Yeah, man. Hey. Okay,
So that's actually, it's a brokerage firm.
It's a brokerage. We've got all categories of insurance except the banking license. So we cover from all types of insurance, from life, funeral, long-term, short-term, commercial, health insurance, like your medical aids, your funeral covers, your car, your business, your constructions,
We care about that.
municipalities, everything.
You-
So now
are
you want
you,
to know about cars.
We want to know about cars.
We'll focus on the
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah,
We'll
because
focus on the cars.
I think we'll do the medical one and the funeral cover one
Yes.
after this when I kill this guy.
Yeah.
But anyways, look, what I wanted to find out, you know, almost, okay, we're going to talk about insurance. We're going to cover the most basic questions or the questions that we get the most, right? So one of the things that you hear is a lot of people are always say, in fact, a lot of adverts are always say, hey, cut the middleman. Hey, cut the broker out. Now, what we understand from brokers, you are getting money from us. Why do we need brokers?
Actually, I'm not getting money from you guys. I'm getting money from the insurance companies. So you pay your premium, and me it's like an attorney, you understand? So me as the middleman trying to assist you, having the background and an in-depth understanding of the industry. So there are a lot of challenges within the industry that you wouldn't know, and I understand it as a broker because most brokers, they've been in the insurance industry. They know the tricks, the ins and outs, what to do, what not to do. Basically, we provide service more in terms of making you understand what you're taking, what cover you're taking, what not to do, what to do, how do you process your claims, how, all the admin work and all the strategic things that you
So
need to
are
do.
you saying that you have the client's interest at heart?
Absolutely. So my job is to make sure that that my client is taken care of.
So can I ask you something?
And manage the relationship between the insurer and the client.
So you like the attorney, you represent
Yes,
us.
absolutely.
But if you represent us, we must be paying you.
You pay the insurer, and the insurer
insurance
for my
pays you.
service, they pay me a certain fee from
So now-
your premium.
So now, okay, on a rate, which claims are do brokers get more claims approved than the other guys
The
that say
normal-
cut the middleman? Do you know the ratio?
Okay, let me understand your question. Are you saying?
So there are insurance companies that
Yes.
say, hey, forget about the middleman, come direct.
But most
You must call us direct.
Most insurers use brokers, except Outsurance doesn't use. Sorry to mention the company.
Thank you very much, Assurance Osman.
They don't use brokers; they use direct. Some
Directly.
insurance companies they use direct, and there are some insurance companies that have brokers. You understand? So we as brokers, as I've explained, we understand the industry. We understand the do's and don'ts. We understand the questions they'll ask at claim stage, and me having taking you from the needs analysis point of view from the onset. I understand what your needs analysis are, and I try to make sure that the cover is the way you want it.
Yeah.
So remember, what I tell my clients mostly is like, I don't sell insurance. I sell claims because that's what's important. I'm trying to give you peace of mind so that at the claim stage, you'll be taken care of. So before we take on let's say, I'm not worried about your commission and your car. I'm worried about when something happens, unforeseen circumstances occurs, will your car be taken care of? Because now we're talking about cars. So I need to understand, do you drink? What do you drive? What time do you drive? What do you do? All those things.
So can
and
I ask
how
you
many
on that?
people drive your cars?
Can I
Is
ask
your
you on that?
license valid for the kind of car you drive?
You know that they ask you that you must be honest.
Correct.
So if you omit something, is that seen as let's say you omit something. They ask you, when last were you arrested? You're like, by the way, my car is the 7 Series, and then you carry on and then it's missed.
They'll ask you a question again so that you answer because some questions are yes or no.
need an answer.
Yeah, so it's imperative at all times that you tell the correct answers to whatever that's taking you for to the sales agent, for example, any rep that will be on the line, or any rep, maybe if you are doing it face to face, because there are also BDCs that goes to client and do it face to face and do record of advice. A record of advice is a document that will give you an advice and record everything that you do, and they'll ask you questions like, are you under debt review?
Why is that important?
Because remember, your risk profile determines the premium that you're going to pay.
So if I'm under debt review,
so obviously depending on your risk, you are under
High
debt
risk.
review.
Oh, you're high risk.
Yes, you are.
Why am I high risk?
There are a lot of things that
It's
goes
not like
into it.
I've bumped anything. I'm just bad with my money.
Absolutely. So you might do insurance fraud. There are a lot of things that also goes into it. So they ask those questions. So it's important in all times to always tell the truth, so that at claim stage, you know your claims is paid. That's what I'm saying. What's important from my side is to sell claims, because if I don't help you, to be honest, at claim stage,
then
it's your
You
car
know,
that's not going to be paid.
They say insurance is a trust.
Yeah, yes, we work with
It's a trust relationship.
Yes.
I trust that what you are saying
It's true, yes.
You are trusting what
They are
the
saying.
insurer is saying is going to happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, because now, absolutely, it's a trust. You just have to trust, because now,
It's like, okay. What's your name? Lucifer. I trust you. Anyways,
Wow, Lucifer.
So you know, I've heard that actually brokers are actually better than going direct, because you've got someone at least that can fight your war inside. Now, what I've noticed that you buy a car. When you buy a car, they're like, hey, chief, you need to get insurance to get it out. And then they say, okay. Then you get 10 phone calls and everyone's like, hey, it's 500 rand. Hey, it's 200 rand. And then you always go for the cheap one. And then you get insurance and you leave. Where do we find brokers?
all brokers, I don't know if it's the correct way to say all, but most, because all brokers, from my understanding, they should be registered with an FSCA,
Yes,
Financial Service Conduct Authority.
Yes.
So remember, they give you a license. Like
Yes.
for myself, it's it's 5201 for NNTT. So we are all registered there. And also, as we live in the 21st century, so you need to put yourself out there in the market: Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and all that. So even when you go to their website, all the brokers that you need, they are all there listed. So you should have their names there. And with insurers as well, as they advertise it, they even advertise on television or
Yes.
on radio, say, or you can contact your trusted broker. You can. And other than that, most brokers, they've got their own website. They've got,
And they generally work on word of mouth. I
yeah,
suppose.
the word and mouth advertisement, and with insurers as well. They with regards to, remember, we've got licenses. Like I've got licenses with different insurance companies. You understand? I work with them, so they know that, like, okay, we using this brokers, that brokers, different brokers for different categories.
So I can call my insurance and say, give me a couple of your brokers.
They mostly they don't. No, they'll say, remember,
They want
they come
it direct.
direct. Yeah. So remember, once you call them, they can help you, because remember, it's just that they're sharing the pie with us, basically.
I get you.
You understand?
So remember, brokerages ne, are another source of sales, or another source of
They are salespeople.
people
Yes.
for
The insurance.
For the insurer,
insurance
yes.
company.
And then because, so I've heard that.
Take it like Airbnb, for example.
Yes,
They don't
yes.
own hotels, but they've got
Oh, clever,
like
clever, good.
you understand?
And then now with insurance companies, if you take the one that he mentioned earlier on, they've got their own sales department
Yes.
that deals with trying to find their own people, right? And then they've got Bo Oscar,
Yeah.
who are out there.
With clients. I get it. I
Yes,
get it.
looking
I get
for
it.
clients. We've
No,
got
another one that I want to ask, and I'm sorry for reading and looking like I didn't do my homework, but
No,
people,
it's fine.
but
You
you
have to
did it.
revert.
Yeah,
But that's how it's done. You always have to revert.
Thank
so,
you.
so
You see,
even
intelligent
the.
people.
Oh, thank you.
I
Intelligent people.
don't know.
So
about that.
another question that we have. So here we are. I've called you Oscar. I've got insurance. I'm happy. Boom, boosh, I hit a cow. In fact, I hit Mswati. Right?
Okay.
He dies.
Wow.
My kids.
Firstly, does he have a life cover?
Okay.
Does he have a funeral cover?
It's pointless. We'll forget about him. After the minute you bump over him, I'm chasing.
Gonna claim to
What was that? And you
rough.
go over him. So, look, so I claim. You come, the insurance says, okay, your car is a write-off. But I like my car, I want to keep my car. Is it possible? And if it's possible, what are the steps? Because I got a guy that says, they wrote off one of my favorite cars and I really wanted the car. Can I keep the car? Or what are my rights in terms of
So
that?
two things: is your car fully paid or is still?
Yeah, it was fully. Let's say it's fully paid.
It's fully paid.
Let's say you owe the bank. Give me the both scenarios.
Okay, if you owe the bank, they'll pay the bank what you owe if your claim is approved,
Yeah.
right? Because in order for the for the claim to be approved, you must make sure that all the T's and C's are there and your claim is approved. Then they
I'm
pay
in
the
touch
bank.
with the guy. I'm not like other people.
Absolutely.
Lucifer, yeah.
They pay the bank, and if there's any remainder of the money, they'll give you. And remember also when you take cover, you must also take what shortfall. There's different values of the cars, and it depends on what your car is insured with.
This was going to be another
follow-up,
question.
okay.
So yes.
So I don't know if I should go, but to
Yeah, just
answer,
continue.
So now, if the car is, let's say they pay the bank and you are remaining with something, and they write the car off. There's companies like, I don't know if I should mention
No,
it.
mention it.
Yeah, like SMDs, for example.
SMD, thank you. We'll be sending a check.
SMD, they buy those scrap cars. And you can also negotiate with the insurer to buy that salvage.
Okay.
Yeah, you can say, okay, how much would you sell me that salvage? If you understand, they'll give you. And if the car is yours and you're not paying the bank, the money that they were supposed to pay the bank, they'll pay you
But they
directly.
take the car.
Then with that money, you can decide to go buy another car.
So here's the question
And
now.
also, if they take the car, then you are able to negotiate with the insurer to
give
say,
you-
please sell me that salvage, or you can go to SMD, whatever. So you are able to also negotiate for that salvage as well.
100%. So now, they say, look, your car is a write-off, and because what I understand is that they write it off when it's above a certain, let's say 60% or 70%
Damages and so forth.
Can you say, no, fix it?
Remember, insurance, all business is about profit. So if it's not going to be cost effective for them to fix it, they won't fix it, they'll just write it off.
No, but I wanted to fix it. You can't say, don't write
No,
it off.
but remember there's
There's T's and C's.
C's, yes, because there's a certain threshold that they must meet in order for the car to be write off. So that's why they give you an option to buy the salvage. They can give you that money, and if your car is fully yours and you don't want the bank, then you can buy the salvage and fix it yourself,
And then if I
maybe
fix
even
it,
cheaper.
Will they even?
Yeah, then they
they'll still
can
insure
cover
again?
it. It depends. It's a code 3 now. You understand?
It's different
And
type.
when you take a new insurance, you must also disclose, because they ask you, is your car new, rebuilt, or used? They give you, is it used, rebuilt?
That's where they're going to catch
yes.
you.
If you say it's new, they find out that it's
And
rebuilt,
then they
it's a
won't pay.
problem.
So
you
now,
understand?
there's coming to this now, values of cars. There's market and retail. Which one?
And trade.
And trade.
And-
There's trade. Trade is
No,
market.
there's retail, which is the highest value you can
Yeah.
get over your car, the current selling price of your car.
On the floor.
That's on the floor. There's market, and there's trade. Market is the average between retail and trade, and trade is the one that you get when you trade in your car. And there's also, but mostly it works with commercial, special agreed value.
Okay. So if it's, can I clear on a certain...
Special agreed value. They also work with special items cars. For example, 1964. What do you call it?
Let's Galwin. Just
Yeah,
say Galwin.
whatever.
If you're ever looking for a classic, just say Galwin.
Yeah, okay.
Petrol heads. will
Galwin, 1964.
Galwin,
So we don't know
Mercedes-Benz.
Mercedes-Benz, and we don't know how much the value is.
then
Then
you
you
can
say, okay,
negotiate it.
this value, I'd like to cover it for 2 million rand. Then they work a premium for that. So it's a special agreed value. Then retail value is the highest. But mostly what the insurers work with is retail, market, and trade.
So I then insure my car for retail.
Always insure your car at retail.
At retail,
Which
so-
is the highest value, and is the current selling price of your vehicle at the dealership's floor.
So,
at
but
whatever
I
time.
retail. This is my question. Then retail, let's say, is 100,000.
Yes.
2 years later, the car's retail is dropped.
Yes, absolutely drops.
But I'm still paying for 100,000. Or should I go to them and say, hey,
No.
guys, drop it?
Remember when they give you finance, they've got interest and all that.
Oh, so
yeah.
that
So
helps.
and inflation, everything
Yeah,
works
yeah,
hand in hand.
yeah.
And also they give you for the months whatever that you're gonna pay the car, 60 or,
Oh,
or 72
so it's
months.
calculated.
And when you take your cover, it's important that you also put what we call shortfall.
Yes.
Because as a shortfall will cover whatever that's remaining. Let's
Retail and then-
between the value of the car at that time and what's remaining to the bank. So it's always take retail with shortfall, especially any finance car. I'll advise you to cover shortfall.
Okay.
But okay, here's my question. In terms of comprehensive cover that you would take, would then a shortfall not be added as part of comprehensive, or do you always need to have shortfall on the side to cover? Because if you are saying to me you are going to give me retail value, then why would I need shortfall?
Remember, shortfall is between you and the bank. It's not between you and your car.
Oh,
Remember, it
okay.
covers the interest that you might have accrued during the
So
lifespan
So
of the
it's
car.
always advisable
To
to,
take
have shortfall.
Yeah, because
So I'm
remember,
thinking
you
maybe
they might give you a
insurance-
loan for a car for 1 million rand, but you're paying maybe 1.7 million rand. And remember, 2025 model by 2028, the value would have decreased, and maybe you still owe 900,000. You understand? And still covered at the retail value, but now the current selling price of your car is maybe 600,000, and you owe 900,000.
Oh, yes.
And when they write it off, they say, yeah, the retail value is currently, but there's a shortfall, whatever that you might owe within the bank. That shortfall will cover that
You might find maybe
300,000.
even your interest rates are linked.
Within your experience, we've been getting a lot of questions around Chinese cars.
Yes.
And the value of Chinese cars. Would you know how quickly the Chinese cars depreciates in terms of, I buy it this year, next year, would you know, maybe have you had any experience around claims where people struggled? No, I can, maybe he might have had
No.
had a personal
And it's a
experience.
good question
it's a
because,
good-
because there are cars that depreciate. Like there's one that we're going to talk about the next show that they actually sold one car the whole of last year. The whole car, it sold one car.
One
so you
car.
can understand there's no demand. Can you understand the depreciation of that car? Once you bought it, no one wants to buy it.
I know of a car that once you leave a dealership, it loses 25%.
No, that's normal cars. Then you get this one that sells one a year, that probably depreciates 50%.
Yeah, but with regards to the Chinese vehicle, European vehicles, American vehicles, I wouldn't know about the value. All I know is that it's a car. It's covered for that certain amount. As long as you've
And
got
then-
everything covered, the normal insurance, whether you are financed or you buy it cash, as long as everything is there, you are covered for that value.
I'm going to ask you a question. It's a very contentious question. And we always ask ourselves. And it's another question here. Is there a difference between black, white, colored coats? You're going to get into trouble.
That's the answer. I can tell you now. And can I answer on your behalf?
And
if
then
you're
tell me
afraid?
why is it? Because there's a conspiracy, and everyone's asking me that white folks, like the guys that are sitting behind them, enjoy lovely insurance rates.
What do you
The
say
other
about
guys
that,
sitting
Leo?
on this side of the fence are like, yo, is it true?
There's conspiracies, but
You
nothing.
haven't seen
I haven't seen it. I can't prove it. We know nothing about it, but I can tell you about areas.
Oh, yes.
I can
And
tell you
that's
about
where-
areas.
That's where they kill us.
If you live in Riverlea, bruh,
No, but they say, look, bruh, if you're in Houghton, right, and I'm in Houghton, we are 30-30, and I'm at Darky Oak,
and I'm
and here's a
How's it?
how's it, Oak? Yeah,
And
even if
then
you're
he's
like
like,
that guy that
"Don't-"
goes, tung, 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 tung.
Also, the fact that you are going to put the B next to race,
Yes. Why is it important to say black, white,
it's for
colored?
statistical.
Well,
I don't believe that.
well,
But look, I'm being facetious. But honestly, there's a understanding that if I am John, John,
You know
John
where-
Langa,
you
and
know
then,
where
and
this
then
question-
Christian. No, let me think of a proper one.
You know the
Liam.
where the Liam.
Liam is a proper
sound-
one.
No,
You don't
Jason,
get black
Jason,
Liams. No, you
Oh, you get a black Jason.
You don't get
Okay, black
Liams.
Liam now.
Liam Neeson and John Langa live next to each other, right?
Horton.
Yeah, Houghton.
Okay.
Similar age. Wife, 2.5 kids. Wife, 2.5 kids. There's a belief that the black guy will pay more. Even banks, you know that.
Yeah, we've
Financing.
like I said, we've heard a lot of stories, and given the nature and the history of our country, there's a lot of conspiracies and things that have been said. But for myself, I haven't seen one. I don't know.
Okay.
One,
I think-
the actuaries will be the one that can help with that
That's
because
where-
they
that's
know how
where
to
the
calculate the
question should be
premium.
directed.
Yeah, but your
Yeah,
main
but-
thing is the
People who
area.
deal-
Yeah, and I know about the area as well, and also I remember I've worked we were talking about with a couple of colleagues of mine from different insurance companies that I've worked for regarding the areas, that they'll maybe classify Tembisa as a high risk area, and maybe Midrand as a low risk area, but the people from Tembisa, they don't steal cars in Tembisa. They steal them in Midrand. You understand? And take them to
good one.
Take them
Tembisa.
to Tembisa.
You understand?
But you see, that is where
The insurance is a bit skewed.
the insurance becomes good. Or it's not where the car is being stolen, that's the high risk area.
Yeah.
It's where the car ends up.
Even house
That-
breakings
that
as well.
becomes-
House breakings,
doesn't have it.
they don't get those
But I
big,
understand why.
nice
I mean,
gadgets
yes.
in Tembisa. They'll get it in Midrand.
Yeah.
You understand things like that.
Look,
So
we're gonna run out of time very soon. Now, I got another question. Look, if you insure a car, you're allowed to modify it. And this is not my question. I got it.
Yes.
Yeah, you're allowed to modify it. Are you?
yes, you're allowed, but you must specify. Everything that you add on your car, you must specify. So remember, nothing comes with standard, like comprehensive, as you was asking earlier about comprehensive, why you needed to add that. Remember, with comprehensive, you also, like your windscreen, is it standard? If it's mesh and grab, you must specify. Does it have sunroof? Like, you know, with the other cars that you and I used to like, you know, the ones, I don't know.
No, you can mention
the
names.
quadros, you know.
Yeah, quadro.
Yeah,
Yes.
the quadros,
Yes.
you understand.
Yes, 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 yes,
Everything is extra.
a
as
lot
you
of
know.
rings,
Yeah,
a lot of the rings.
a lot of the rings.
AKA Audi. AKA the best car.
Yes.
You know, so everything you must specify. You understand? So with insurance, you must specify the sunroof. Specify. They ask you for how much? Maybe 10,000. The smash and grab, so much. The max, is it standard max or different kind of max? You specify.
So if you've modified it and
Yeah,
put a
with
bigger
engine,
table,
yes,
pay
you
more.
must specify. Then it's up, the underwriter will decide whether to take that risk or not take that risk. Because remember
about
now,
risk.
if you don't specify, you find that you put 3-stage table, whatever, then your car, it's a write-off, you in an accident. Then they discover during claim stage upon investigation that no, this was not a normal car, it was stage what table, then they're not going to pay.
And
So
then-
they ask you, that's why they ask you everything to disclose and not omit anything. Because when you omit,
Disclosure, I know disclosure is your
you know,
problem.
when you omit
not
and
an
not
honest
disclose, it's gonna work against you at claim stage.
Okay. Another one is the one that I got here is if I want to go to Botswana, I understand Botswana has hot temperature. What were you thinking?
No,
He was thinking something like
no,
temperature.
I was gonna be like hot chicks. No, not Botswana.
Eban.
Where's the camera that I'm supposed to look at?
Look at both.
The dumbfounded
I
look.
will say
Taba,
again, not
Look,
Botswana. I'm lying.
Botswana, when I go to Botswana, I've got a car, it's financed, or I've got a car that's not financed. What are the do's and don'ts in terms of crossing the border?
No, when you cross the border, you need a border letter,
From the bank.
whether from your bank or from your insurer. Even the bank must be notified. Remember,
Yes.
from your bank, you'll get it because that car doesn't belong to you.
To me, yes.
It belongs to the bank.
So if it belongs to me, insurance.
Yeah,
doesn't-
you
do I-
need to
if I don't
notify,
tell
but
them-
mostly insurance they'll give you because it's insured. They'll give you that border letter to make sure that you are covered when you're in Botswana, Zaire, Lesotho.
Yeah, what are the
SADC
territories?
areas?
Yeah, what are the
Yeah,
SADC?
SADC, mostly SADC areas and like Swaziland, Namibia, Botswana, Lesotho.
SADC.
SADC regions. Some
And
they
then
go
if you
as
go up-
in
If you
Congo.
go up, if
Some
you
they
go
go
up,
to
there
a
are
bit of,
areas, but only
Congo.
if you are doing
Yeah, you must be. It
You
must be
must
private use.
private use.
Yes.
Right.
But depending on the cover that you have, remember
The
with
type of
business,
cover, yeah.
remember there's business insurance. There are people driving all the way to Angola to Congo, you understand? delivering
And
goods.
I know in those areas that are affected by rebels,
Yes.
yeah, those areas you're on your
Yeah,
own.
they'll tell you
On your own.
Kavali Sukusiku or what in Congo. They tell you specific areas. They
But
tell you what to
can't
avoid.
You're not going to get a tow truck that's going to drive all the way.
Also, but in Botswana, you can get a tow truck.
Yeah,
Like
that's why you need a border
Oh,
letter. Remember, your insurance covers within those areas. They even tell you on your
They're good questions,
policy
yeah.
schedule what countries they cover.
Okay, what are the most overlooked exclusions in the end? That end in a claim being reputed. What are the most overlooked?
What do we
exclusions?
overlook?
Yeah.
Like, when we take insurance, what do we overlook?
Like people-
that you have come across or
People like this thing, yeah, majwala.
I don't drink. Never touch alcohol. Ever in my life.
Majwala. You are let's use this some establishment out there. You were swiping most of our swiping. Why not swipe?
Yes, now going to that,
But you got the
quickly.
bank statement.
Before you continue, do they do that?
Yes.
Because
Yeah, they
there's
do.
been
I know someone.
a huge
If you came on a Friday night, they'll say, where were
a
you?
huge issue around this thing. Hey, Omaka, they don't check your
Remember, you
your
have
bank
you can
statement.
claim within 30 days. They give you 30 days
Yeah.
where you
To
can
claim.
claim. For the reason they do that, maybe you are in a critical condition, you can't claim in
hospital,
hospital
yeah,
and all
yeah.
that. So they give, even if after 30 days, I think if maybe in a serious coma, but your family, if they are aware you
Can
insure,
claim.
they'll notify your insurer, then maybe they'll entertain that claim.
Yeah.
Whole
You're
sharp.
running out of time. Yeah, yeah.
So they do look at those things, study alcohol, cocaine, and non-disclosure. Like you need to notify and disclose everything about your car, your area, who drives your car.
Yes.
Don't just give anybody your car.
So
Make
if-
sure that everyone has got a license that's supposed to drive your car, because they tell you they can cover anyone that has a license and a valid driver's license.
And
valid
I've seen
driver's license.
somewhere that people under 23, the
Yeah,
thing goes up. or
yes,
something.
they can give you additional access
Access,
if they're a certain age of under certain age or one because
Can I have a last question before you go? Do you suggest zero excess
In
when
fact, what
taking
is the excess
insurance?
for?
excess is the first amount payable by the insured before a claim
And
for a
would
valid
do
claim.
you sell zero excess covers?
Remember, the higher the excess, the lower the premium.
The lower the
It works like that.
it works like
But
Yeah.
my question is,
What do
why
you
do you have to pay
suggest?
excess? Why do you have to pay excess?
It's up to you. If you are able to pay a higher premium, you have zero excess. But remember, with zero excess, it works like for you as well. You know that is it a risk for me or risk for the insurer? So it's up to you, but it depends on the premium that you are willing to pay.
But why do
So
you
zero
pay
excess, mostly they use it for the like pensioners, old people. Whenever you know that you've got something that you're going to pay, so you'll take care of your item much
Also,
better
if you have
and
to
easier.
pay, then people
You know-
take care of the item.
Yeah, so
Anyways, Oscar, thank you so much for coming
welcome.
through. We're running out of time.
Okay.
We've got people there telling us,
Do
leave.
yeah.
Do you give
Please do us a
Oscar's-
favor. Do us a
Oscar's
favor.
number?
Look at the camera. Tell us your contact details. We'll put it at the bottom. That camera there.
Which
one?
camera?
This
That one.
This one.
Yeah,
This
okay.
one.
This one.
This
Which one? This one. Okay.
That's you.
My name is Oscar. Like I said, it's Echo from NNTT Financial Services. You can get us on our website. My direct contact number is 082 646 1739.
You're gonna be getting
And
bills today.
Please send nudes. Please send nudes.
only when you want
Once they
insurance
sell you-
questions, and I'm available
Once they sell-
on
when they
email
sell you-
info@NNTT. My email is info@nntfinancialservices.co.za. Any
Okay.
question you need, or if you want a
Clarity.
code clarity, anything regarding insurance, hit me up. I'll be able to
So
assist.
it's November Tango.
November.
November, Tango.
Tango.
But I'll put it at the
Ne-
bottom
nah.
there with the number and the website.
Yes, and the website and everything.
And his
our
personal cell
landline
phone
cell
number
phones.
and his
Yeah,
Facebook.
because the thing is about the last part about broker, the reason I'm giving my cell phone number is because as a broker, I'm personal. You can call me at 3 a.m., but you can't call an agent at any insurance company at 3 a.m.
Hey, look at Maggie.
Yeah, but
Maggie.
yeah, me, you can call me
No,
at
well
any
done.
time. You
Thank
understand?
you so much,
I'm
Oscar.
available
Thank you so
24/7.
much for your time.
Yeah.
Please, guys, give him a call. And and
Ask-
if you want any questions, ask him directly.
Yes.
We've covered as much as we can with the little time we've got.
If you've got more questions, send us an email or a
What's
message.
What's up?
WhatsApp. We've got a WhatsApp
We'll
number.
put a number there.
Send us more questions. We'll send them to Oscar. He'll respond. I think we
Absolutely.
want to get him back on the show. He's a brandy guy. He looked a little bit shy today because he's having water. Apparently, he wanted brandy. So
We want insurance not to pay him.
if we get him brandy, I think I've got a clippies at home. Then we can wham. And we'll have some face next time.
or
I'm
Mellowood.
keeping
Look, do
I'm
me a
keeping
favor.
my spice.
Please avail yourself because we get a lot of these questions.
Anytime.
You are now a friend of the podcast.
Thank you guys for inviting me.
Thank you
I'm
so
always
much.
available to give information to the general public.
I always ask myself when they interview people today, thank you for your time. People leave.
Hey, there you
thank
go.
you for your time.
Bye.
Yes, I know. Ciao.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Critical mistakes.